Hello there and welcome back to Murders on the Yangtze River. Now, last time we solved our first case, which was a locked room murder with us, the detective, as the prime suspect. Because it was a locked room murder, we proved that it was someone else entirely. It was the victim's nephew who deleted him and decided to frame us just because of chain of events. We turned up at the wrong time and changed his plan. So finished that one, and we're kind of like in I'm going to say an interim kind of bit at the minute, because the case itself's closed, but we've still got some detective work to do, and I'm not entirely sure where that's going to lead. We haven't actually started a new case, which is a bit strange, because I was expecting a distinctive chapter, kind of like Ace Attorney. I was going to say Ace Ventura there again. I'm no doubt I'm going to call it Ace Ventura at some point. It's going to happen. It just really is. So we currently have to go to the suspect's house and do some investigation, try and find some evidence to, not like pin it on him, but like to confirm our suspicions and basically confirm the case, what happened. So, short and sweet intro today, because that's basically all that's happened. So, please grab your favourite drinks and snacks, curl up somewhere comfortable, come hang out with me as we jump straight back into Murders on the Yangtze River. Enjoy, guys. Enjoy. Right, so here we are outside. I think we're outside of the court area where the suspect's being held. Now, we need to go to the suspect's house. I don't quite know where it is, though. So we can have a choice. We can either go right or we can go left. I think we're going to go right first, because I'm facing to the right. Or should we just book the train and go left? Because everyone just goes right in games. We're going to go left. Let's go left. Master Lo was murdered. His nephew is the murderer. That ungrateful Lo Shi-wen? Yes, it is him. Okay, so let's just not think that. We're just having a bit of a spy. Well, what might you be up there? What's that up there? Get up there. You can't. Soldier Chen. Shen, is this Lo Wen's house? Lo Shi-wen's house? That's correct. See? Told you we should have gone left. Told you we were supposed to go left. That's correct. Sorry, officer. Officer Mara's issued an order that no one's allowed to enter. Soldier, do you remember us? We are the detectives who solved Lo Pei case this morning. I remember. You're the accomplice. Yeah, he's not happy with that. Accomplice is not allowed to enter. Soldier, we were entrusted by Judge Chang to search for evidence. Please let us in. Alright, go in then. Lord has instructed if it's Detective Shen investigating the case, we should cooperate. Your words really work. Enter Lo Shi-wen's house. Are we going to go just straight in, or do we want to have a bit of a look around first? Let's just go straight in. Oh, it's quite hot. Not only is it hot, but it's also very stuffy. Something missing from there. It's just the beginning of autumn. Why did you start to burn charcoal? Does Lo Shi-wen have a weak body, needing to cover himself with a quilt even in the hot summer? Afu, do not make assumptions. Chen, let's finish the search as soon as possible and leave quickly. Alright, so we have a newspaper on the floor. Definitely, I think that must be a scroll. this is all soot from, I'm assuming, from here. Also, the wardrobe is thing on. So let's go from left to right. Have a look at the desk. We're going to go from left all the way to the right hand side, see what turn up. I think we're looking for the detective's coat, the victim's coat, the victim's detective coat. I should say it right. And I can't remember what else. Something else that we were looking for that was missing. Shen, there's some indentations on this paper that look like handwriting. I see. These are traces left by a fountain pen. Yes, someone used the fountain pen on the table to write something. But the paper with the written words has already been taken. I know immediately what to do with that. You should just do a rubbing, some charcoal, do a rubbing. Let's have a look at the portrait on the wall. Shen, who's depicted in this portrait? It's Moriarty, the criminal mastermind from the Sherlock Holmes series. Lo Shuen hung the portrait of the criminal mastermind. Lo Shuen hung the portrait of the criminal mastermind here, so you could see him while writing. Seems like he admires him quite a bit. No wonder he became a murderer. Look at the top shelf. There's a box under there. The Memoirs of Sherlock Holmes, The Adventure of the Navy Treaty, and A Case of Identity. It's very much Sherlock Holmes references in this. Chen, are these all detective novels? Translations of the Sherlock Holmes series written by Arthur Conan Doyle. Sorry. I will lose my English card if I don't use a proper title. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Sir. Need to add the sir. I will lose my English card if I don't say that. Gotta give them the people the correct title. Shen, don't you think the middle of the bookshelf feels particularly empty? Yes, judging from the imprints on the partition. There used to be some ceramic vessels in the middle of the bookshelf, but they're now gone. Strange. Look at the bottom shelf. I wonder what's in this cabinet. Let's open it and see. Many crumpled papers are falling out. Let's see what is written inside. It's a weird place to put your rubbish. I'm glad we don't have to read all these as well. 30 minutes later. The killer attacked someone with a rod, but it rebounded and knocked himself unconscious. So the victim turned into the killer, and the killer turned into the victim. That would be an interest. To be fair, that's actually an interesting concept. You would have to expand it out a lot cooler than what it's written like, but that'd be a cool concept. Shen, it appears that all the crumpled papers in this cabinet are discarded novel manuscripts. Very likely indeed. I didn't expect that Lo Shuen was actually writing novels. Shen, what do you think he was writing? Do you reckon Shen was a ghostwriter for his uncle, and that's why he got tired of that and why he deleted? Or is it a competition where he was a better writer, had the fame, and decided to take his uncle out and assume the identity of his uncle, and to use his uncle's fame, genuine fame, as a cover for his writing? Could take it two ways, actually. His ideas are unique, but his writing techniques are not yet mature enough. Is writing technique important, Shen? Certainly. If one only has ideas without proper techniques, it's hard to create a good story. I'm gonna go probably the latter rather than the former. Or the former. Did I get? Is that right? The latter one I said, the second one. I couldn't remember which way I said that around there. Sorry. Clearly, Lo Shuen was not satisfied with his own writing either. Having crumpled them to paper balls, yet not wanting to discard them. Indeed. Indeed, Lo Shuwen's life seems rather awkward. I have no idea how to read that. I'm sorry. It seems that someone is helping Lo Shuwen improve his writing techniques. These few sheets of paper all have notes written in a delicate and elegant handwriting. I'm going to completely guess maybe the lady that was at the scene that when we came up to the first scene, she was crying and she went off. The partner. Can't do anything with that either. Right. Oh, middle shelf. May as well look at the middle shelf while we're here. We looked at the top, we looked at the bottom, look at the middle. Shen, there are some pills in this bottle. Could they be a knockout drug? Let's take a look. Smoking cessation pills. Does this Lo Shuwen smoke opium too? That's highly possible. Food box on the table. What are you getting all excited for? The last thing we ate from, regarding this guy, we're knocked out. Wow, isn't this a delivery food box from Cow's Snacks? The snack shop is quite famous locally. Let me see. Let me see what delicious food is in this food box. Afu, don't touch other people's belongings without permission. Anyway, Lo Shuwen won't be back. What a pity you let it go to waste. I'll take care of it instead. Really? Oh, a basket of steamed buns. They're all mine. It's so hot here. These buns have stayed here for 6 hours. Be careful, they might be spoiled. Don't worry. Don't worry, Shen. It's not spoiled. These steamed buns are incredibly delicious. Marks on the wall. There's definitely a scroll missing there. And that has to be, the dark walls have to be soot. And obviously that's occlusion. Is it occlusion? I think the term is. This wall's a bit strange. This blank space on the wall seems to be cleaner than the rest. Can you analyze the possible reasons for it? Or you not finished your buns? There used to be calligraphy on a painting hanging in it, but it was recently taken down. Exactly. Let's check the newspaper on the floor. Shen, there's a newspaper on the ground. This is the report about low pay, but the faces of both people in the photo were repeatedly punctured. This should be an act of venting anger. How much resentment must have been in Lo Shuwen's heart? Yeah, I think the two. Go on, look at it again. I think the two people in the photo, in the newspaper photo, I think they were writing together. She maybe was the writer, and she was the ghostwriter for him, maybe. No pay. We've got the wardrobe. Can't do anything with that. But maybe we could get the thing. So look at the bed. I kind of want to look at that last, because it's locked. I think that might lead to a revelation of some variety. I'm not entirely sure though. A wooden bed. Judging from the colour of the wood, it's been around for quite some years. Right. So I'll say full transparency. There's a reason why I left the wardrobe till last and checked everywhere else out first. It's because it was kind of spoiled for me. I'm expecting something in this wardrobe, based on the name of the save game that it chose when I got saved the game in the end of the last episode, and when I loaded it in, the save slot actually had a name attached to it, like a title, and that title kind of gave away that there's possibly going to be something in here that is going to lead to another case. I'm not going to say what it is. You're probably going to find out in a second when I open this, because it's the only thing we've got left to do. But it was kind of, the name kind of spoiled it for us, and I didn't want to open it early and have a look at other stuff. I want to have a bit of a look around first. Anyway, let's open the wardrobe. I'm assuming we can open the wardrobe. The wardrobe is locked. The padlock on top is similar to the one at Lope's house. Shen, should I try to pry it open? If I were Lo Shuen, I would definitely hide the bloodstained coat in the wardrobe. Alright, it's up to you. Right, so 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Yep, that's what I thought. Another body. Lady in the Wardrobe, Chapter 2. To be fair, I probably could have added this to the end of the first episode. However, we're here now. Shen, a ghost lying in this wardrobe. It's a female body and she has been dead for some time. Did we see her last night? Mr. Shen, I think I heard someone screaming inside the house. What's this? Another body? Someone died? Could it be Lo Shuen again? Possible, yeah. Soldier, let's not rush to conclusions. Allow us to examine the body first. I mean, she could have died of natural causes and just hid herself in the body. hid herself in the wardrobe. But yeah, that's the name that appeared on the save file was a woman, the woman in the wardrobe. So I saw that when I came in here, I saw the wardrobe, and I kind of thought there's going to be a dead body in there. That's why it was kind of spoiled for us. So it's a bit of a weird description. Right, sorry, I'm getting distracted. Let's crack on. Shen, this is the girl we encountered by the creek last night. I also saw a photo in the newspaper. Very true. According to that article, her name is Lupi Chang. Someone just caught the back of my throat there. Horrible when that happens. Try again. According to that article, her name is Lupi Chang, editor at the Golden Words Publishing House. She was a long-time partner of Lope, and she was responsible for editing all of his books. How did Miss Liu die? We can only determine that after a thorough examination of the body. Definitely going to have a look at that. Liver mortis is present at the ankles. There is a stiffness present in the toe joints. Lividity in ankle, stiff toe joints, which has been there for a little while. Lividity, I think if I remember rightly, lividity means that it's been in that position for a while, and obviously blood in the body when it's been lying for a while, like gravity pulls it down, it like all sinks to the, like, well, depending on the position of the body, it all sinks to the bottom, basically, like towards the earth, whichever way it is. If I'm wrong on that, I apologise, but I'm pretty sure that's what it is. She's been here a while. See lividity down there as well. blood under the fingernails. Livor mortis was found on the wrists of the body. Abrasions and contusions on the fingertips with minor subcutaneous bleeding. Means she's been scratching stuff. Fingernails and surrounding skin damaged, possibly from scratching or clawing. Common defensive wounds in strangulation cases, suggesting victims struggle before death. Resistance wounds indicative of a struggle. What else have we got? Let's go for the body itself. Head jaw joint, neck muscles, upper limb muscles and leg muscles are all exhibiting rigor mortis. I should probably look at that, the information that come up, to see if I was right. Rigor mortis has spread throughout the whole body. No signs of relaxation yet. So it's been a while, but not too long, because after a while rigor mortis like leaves. I can't remember what rigor mortis actually is. Basically the body goes stiff after death, and then after a while the muscles kind of like relax again, which is how you can tell, or how they tell when, like how long the body's been like dead for, because it gives you a nice little time frame. Because they do this kind of thing at the body farms and stuff like that. They'll put bodies in various positions and various situations, and then monitor how certain things affect bodies and things like that. It's macabre, but very interesting. Like very interesting to actually read up on. It's very dark though, and for the record, quite often, if you donate your body to science, quite often this kind of experimentation kind of is what happens. You quite often get sent to a body farm, and your body's put in a weird position, or like, you know, in a barrel or stuff like that. You know, barrel, various things. You know, what happens to a body if it's put in a barrel and sunk into a marsh? That kind of thing. Genuinely. So if you're not okay with that kind of stuff, don't donate your body to science. I'm just saying. Some people don't realise that's what happens. So, sorry, where we are getting distracted. Mouth. Crumbs around the mouth, rice cakes. Blood form at the corner of the mouth. There's also white powder on the lips. The white powder looks somewhat familiar. Shen, let me take a look. Does it smell of rice? Yeah, it comes from a rice cake. Could it be that this girl, like you, ate a rice cake with knockout drugs? It is possible. But I'm not entirely sure, because if she may be eating a rice cake, but if she was knocked out, then these defensive wounds wouldn't be there, because she would be knocked out when she was strangled. I'm assuming she's going to be strangled because of the whole neck thing. There's a deep red mark below the throat, with localized discoloration and epidermal peeling. There seems to be symptoms of fractured laryngeal cartilage. That's your throat bone, which is right, I think right here, right about here. You got like a bone there, and if you crush that, it can like puncture and block your air pipe. Science, we love it. Right. Sorry, I'm getting weirdly into this. I like a good crime scene. There seems to be symptoms of fractured laryngeal cartilage. This is a fatal injury. She was strangled to death. Strangulation mark is thick, long, no sign of finger pressure or crescent-shaped nail marks. So used maybe a ribbon or a rope of some variety, or maybe not a rope, because there would have been rope imprints. It shows a weapon was used. The murderer may have used a rod-like object to strangle the victim. Okay, rod, okay. What is this? There are also two vertical marks evenly distributed on the surface. Bamboo, maybe? snafu. This needs to be documented separately. So, maybe bamboo, like they're the joins in the bamboo joints? Bamboo cane, maybe? Not entirely sure. We'll have to find a weapon. Next, strangulation marks. Long strangulation marks on the victim's neck, with 2 vertical marks distributed on the surface. Got it. The weapon's a rod with 2 vertical marks. So how many more will we have here? Have a look at this general face. The deceased's face is noticeably bruised and swollen with a bluish-purple colour. It's probably caused by strangulation of the neck and obstruction of blood flow. Yeah, it does the numbers to your face. Verified. Okay, that's the last one. Nice. Autopsy report. Woman's body was found in the wardrobe, strangled to death around midnight with signs of resistance. How are the results of the investigation? The girl in the wardrobe was strangled by a blunt weapon. The time of her death? Her body shows total rigor mortis with no signs of relaxation. The finger and toe joints are stiff. Preliminary assessment indicates that the victim was killed approximately 14 hours ago. But the time of death can be influenced by various factors. My judgment may not be precise. The heat in here will actually affect the body as well. It'll affect the decomposition. It will be advisable to have a coroner conduct further examinations for a more accurate analysis. It's good that she didn't die during my shift. I wonder when you came on duty. Was there anyone else who rotated shifts with you? Afternoon, not long before I came on duty, Officer Ma assigned only me to the guard. Well, it's currently 2 PM, which means that you arrived less than 2 hours ago. It seems that you have limited information as well. Then, what should I do next? It's a murder case. Go and report to Judge Chang right away. Shen, what should we do next? What should we do next? That's a good point, actually. We need to reinvestigate this room from the perspective of a crime scene. Charcoal pot. Shen, it's really hot in this room. I'll extinguish the charcoal brazier. Shen, look. This is partially burned fabric, isn't it? This is silk. From its colour and pattern, it looks the same type of fabric as Lopez's lost coat. Could this be the bloodstained coat that we've been looking for? As part of it. Lo Shiwen was wearing that overcoat when he disguised himself as Lo Pei. The fabric is quite distinctive, so I don't think I could mistakenly identify it. It seems that Lo Shiwen used the charcoal brazier to burn the evidence. There is a possibility of that. Burnt outer longo, still warm lit this morning, fragments of the coat, but... Although, there remain only fragments, but these should be enough to report to Judge Chang. Already had a look at the bed. Bed seems to be done already, so let's have a look at the floor. Chen, look here. Found crucial evidence. What evidence? Footprints. They must have been left by the murderer. How about you take this opportunity to review the method of footprint analysis? You mentioned a proportional relationship between height and barefoot length. Footprint size an equal barefoot length. We should consider shoe type and features. By subtracting inner and outer differences and allowing for space, you can get the barefoot length. This is incredibly technical. This is more technical than I was expecting. Lastly, multiply the length of the barefoot by 7. Then you can roughly estimate the height of the murderer. That's really cool how they do that. You remember well. I got it. There are 2 murderers. Their souls are respectively of wave pattern and swastika pattern. Alright. Why did you stop?
Huh?
Okay. I carved a swastika pattern soul for myself a few days ago. My shoe sole is a wave pattern. After all that, it turns out to be our own footprints. True, actually, we have been walking around here. Alright, that's quite funny, actually. I don't know about the swastika pattern, though. Is that an actual thing? That might actually be a thing. Finding clues is really difficult, isn't it? All contact leaves traces. This principle applies to detectives as well. When we focus on finding the murderer, we tended to ignore our presence at the scene. No, today I must regain my dignity. I'm going to investigate every footprint in the house. Okay, we're going full on 30 minutes later. After searching the entire room, the only footprints I found were mine and yours. Afu, please record this in the case file.
Huh?
That's actually a big deal. Oh, do you want to record this too? Sometimes the absence of evidence can be just as important as the presence of evidence. Means generally would mean that Lo Shiwen set the fire in the brazier to burn the evidence and then left the house, and no one else has entered until we entered. Correct? That's correct, isn't it? Food box again. By the way, how do you know that the steamed buns were delivered 6 hours ago? It was written on the note next to the box. 21st, 7:45 AM at the end of the alley, Lo's house. It was approximately 6 hours ago. So that narrows it down. That actually helps us narrow it down. After it said the buns were fresh, 7:45. You are really perceptive, Shen. If I'd known something like this would happen, definitely wouldn't have eaten those buns. How was the taste of the steamed buns at the crime scene? They were delicious, not spoiled at all. Right, it's marks on the wall, so definitely something's been taken. Chen, do you think the marks on the wall are related to this murder case? I cannot determine any direct connection at the moment, but it's also possible that there is an indirect connection. I'll also take a note of it. Good. Newspaper on the floor again as well. There's a report about low pay in the newspaper, but the faces of both people in the photo were punctured. This should be an act of venting anger. We've already had a look at that, but asked us to have a look at it again. Actually, sorry. While I remember, is it that one? Should we change costumes? We have. We do actually have a costume. Should we equip the suit? Let's have a look at the suit. Do we have any for our lovely guy? I like that one. That one's kind of cool. Oh, Chinese New Year one. Okay. A stylish vest. Kind of like that one. Although I like his original outfit as well. Let's just go change. Let's just do both. Why not? Better. I kind of like that outfit, a suit outfit, more than these traditional robe. Right. Now that we've continued to get distracted, let's have a look at the top shelf first. There are many detective novels on the bookshelf, including several translated versions of the Sherlock Holmes series. Furthermore, judging from the imprints on the partition, there used to be some ceramic vessels in the middle of the bookshelf, but they're now gone. Gone along with that as well. Bottom shelf. The cabinet is filled with crumpled, discarded manuscripts. Clearly, Lo Shuen is not satisfied with his own writing. But recently, someone has been helping him practice writing techniques. Victim, maybe, which is why she was here. Do I have a look at the middle shelf? Strange. It actually, I think, it mentioned the middle shelf when I was talking about the top shelf, didn't it? Alright, never mind. Let's have a look at the desk again. The more I think, the more suspicious it is. The words on the paper must be related to the case. It would be great if we could recover the words from the paper. It's not difficult. We just need to use this. Charcoal. Good idea. Perhaps we could apply charcoal to the paper. The indentations can be made visible. Oh, we actually have to do the rubbing. Let's just do the whole thing. I've no idea what this says, but I'm sure they're going to tell me. I mean, if in doubt, we're just going to literally cover the whole page, just in case there's something obvious that we missed. Don't forget to wash your hands as well, because charcoal will be very dirty. I'm just going to go until it tells me to stop. Would it be here or what? Right. I had to release the button. Then it told us to stop. Alright. I was beginning to wonder there. So it was taking a long time. The words appear. Take a look and see what it says. Books were written by Lo Shuen. Inadequate. Lo Pei deceived us. Editor. Responsible. Final ultimatum. If not reported, extraordinary measures. Never tolerate. An impression of half a letter with the words Lo Pei deceived us. Editor. Responsible. The signature. So she was a ghostwriter for Lo Pei. She wrote the stories, put them in his name so that he was taken more seriously. Many words didn't come through clearly. It's fragmented and intermittent. The text is not complete. This should be the second half of a letter. It seems that Lo Shuen is accusing Lo Pei of plagiarizing his book. No. None of you truly understand. That's mine. Belongs to me. All of it's mine. I see. It's understandable why Lo Shuen would react that way when being accused. Lo Shuen also mentioned that the editor had responsibility. Isn't Lo Pei's editor Liu Picheng this victim that we have right here? Is this the reason why Lo Shuen killed her? It is still difficult to make any conclusions now. after another 30 minutes. Shen, the house has been searched thoroughly. Shen, what we should do next? Miss Liu was murdered 14 hours ago. The murder occurred around midnight. It's not long after I arrived at Lo Pei's house. It's highly possible that you and I were the last people to see her. Afu, last night you were in town. Did you notice anything unusual? After we separated, I went to find the blacksmith, Chung Ta. Then I watched him forge iron all night in the blacksmith's workshop. Finally, we prepared all the repair parts I need. Anything related to the murder case, I really didn't pay attention to. Well, that's normal too. Shen, let's go and ask others in town. There might be eyewitnesses. While it's worth a try, it's unlikely to have eyewitnesses since the case happened late at night. Daytime may offer a better chance to find witnesses.
Huh?
Daytime? Wasn't the case supposed to have happened at night? The reason for doing so was revealed to me by the box of steamed buns. Steamed buns? The presence of that box inside the house contradicts a certain clue at the scene. There we go. That one. Marks on the floor. Are you referring to the footprints? Yes. Someone brought steamed buns into the house, but there were no footprints left behind. This is obviously abnormal. It means the fire was set in the brazier after the buns were delivered. Are you suggesting that someone cleaned up the footprints at the crime scene? No, that's not what I was suggesting at all. It could be that the box delivered of someone else who'd entered and left after him. Whoever it is, this person is undoubtedly closely related to the case. Indeed, otherwise there'll be no need for him to clean up the footprints at the scene. More than just footprints were cleaned up. Although no signs of a fight were found inside the house, the victim had defensive wounds. Those fighting traces might have been cleaned up as well. It's highly possible that the murder weapon was also taken away by him. That's right. Shen, let's go and find this person right away. Sure. Perhaps we first visit the cow snack stall. Want to buy some snacks? Eating is not the top priority after all. I want to find out what happened to Miss Liu last night. Why was she crying so broken-hearted, and how did she become like this by the morning? Auntie Vu, this is the scene of the crime. It's really hot in this house, isn't it? You again. What are you doing here? Of course, we're investigating the crime scene. How dare you? Mr. Shen is overly involved in a matter that should be handled by the officials. Afu and I discovered the body in the wardrobe, so I just couldn't stand by and do nothing. It's not even possible to stand by. Who knows if Officer Ma might consider us suspects? If you're truly innocent, I will not accuse you wrongly. Enough idle talk. Hurry up and leave. Auntie Vu and I are going to investigate the crime scene. Mr. Shen, please leave quickly. If Officer Ma sees you, he'd draw his sword and again. Don't have to worry about us. I have a few questions for you, soldier. I'll leave after asking. Okay, go ahead. Suspect persons. Have you seen anyone suspicious, soldier? Everything is normal except... Except what? Old Chu. He was wandering around early in the morning. Is it an old man dressed as a scholar? Yes, he is an old scholar. Let's go and ask him. Okay, go ahead. Alright, tell me about the seal on the door. Because it was sealed when we got here, and he had to unseal it to enter, for us to enter. Is the seal on the door pasted by you? Yes, it's me. Can you remember the exact time when you put the seals? I arrived at noon. I first went to post a notice on the wall. I stayed for 15 minutes. That helps us narrow down the timer as well. Then I came here to put on the seals and stand guard. So noon doors were sealed, so no one's been in after noon. Afternoon, which means we're working in a time frame between 7:45 when the pastries, the dumplings were delivered, and noon when the door was sealed. A quarter to noon. Round about that time. So we've actually narrowed it down to morning. It happened on the morning. So, Lo Shuen. Soldier, do you know anything about Lo Shuen? Lo Shuen's a lazybone. He's ungrateful and vicious. No wonder everyone dislikes him. Ungrateful and vicious. Had Lo Pei treated Lo Shuen well? Lo Shuen doesn't work, usually. Lo Pei provides him with food and clothes and a place to live in. Did Lo Pei do this because his articles were actually written by Lo Shuen? Lo Pei is a great writer. He's the pride of our Pero town. Even children don't bother to read what Lo Shuen writes. Okay, go ahead. Alright, so we have no more questions. Thank you very much. I kind of want to know what that is as well, but we can't interact with that. I'm assuming that's the scholar right there. Wait. He's looking up at that. He was just looking up at that, wasn't he? There he is. Hi, old scholar. Sir. Alas, my heart is burdened with sorrow and worry. Sir, have you seen any suspicious individuals around here? I lament that my heart's desire remained unfulfilled. I have no words to express my sorrow. Yeah, I don't understand either. Shen, seems like I didn't quite understand. Sir? Sir said he is troubled by something and he's not in the mood to talk until he solves it. Sir, what's been troubling you? I am sad and worried as if a thorn stuck in my throat. I look up in the roof and sigh, alas. Looking up at the roof and sighing? Is your trouble related to the eaves? It's my admission ticket on the thatched eaves. Wind bullies me because I seem old and weak. What the old scholar meant to say is the wind swept his admission ticket onto the roof. You learn fast.
Huh?
Oh, Shen, seems like you have started talking in his way. Just a joke. Sir, we'll find a way to help you get your admission ticket back. After that, could you please tell us what you've seen in the vicinity? I'll repay you for your great kindness. Okay, so I'm assuming it's going to go straight up the ladder. Afu, there's a ladder here, but it's already damaged. If only I'd brought my invention, the robot handler could easily grab things within reach. Long distance water cannot quench immediate thirst, my brilliant inventor. Well, it is more practical to repair the ladder. The ladder's a missing crossbeam. We need to find suitable materials to replace it. Okay. Let's go and do that. I'm just going to pause real quick. Apologies for that. I'm expecting a phone call about my car. So, my phone just started ringing there, so I had to answer it. So, back to the video. After that brief interlude. Right, so we are just going to continue. We need to find some stuff to repair the ladder. So let's go right. We may as well talk to everyone. This is the courtroom. There will be no admittance. Alright. He is having a merry old time. Young lad. I missed what you said there. I have a secret book here. Would you like to take a look? I mean, look at that star. Is that Rye Star back there? God, do you remember Rye Star? I remember Rye Star. I need to play. I need to dig it out and play Rye Star again. Young lad, this is incredible. Why are you wearing a book as a hat? That's a little bit odd. Although a lot of book readers are odd. Myself included. Yeah. I'm not quite wearing a book as a hat. Weird or odd. A ray of enlightenment is bursting from your eyes. You're truly a natural genius in reasoning. Did I really have such remarkable talent all along? Indeed, I who Laukwe have never misjudged anyone's abilities. If we could unlock the reasoning pathway in your mind, imagine the heights you could reach. How can I unlock the pathway to reasoning? You're lucky that I just opened my store today and you happened to come by. Read 10 detective novels from my stall and you'll become the reincarnated Master Law 2. 2? The second. Master Law 2? This doesn't sound right. Master Law the second. Mr. Hu, we are investigating the murder at Lo Shuen's house. May I ask you some questions? Sure, go ahead. About detective novels. Mr. Hu, you haven't told me how to unlock my pathway to reasoning yet. I mean, you did read 10 books. I selected a set of books for you. Once you finish them, you'll become a master of reasoning. You can start with these detective novels. Once you have gained some experience, you can start reading Sherlock Holmes. Save Master Lowe's books for later, as they are more advanced and require deeper understanding. Remember, it's not enough to just read once. You must read attentively, closely, and repeatedly. As long as I read all of them, will I become a detective as skilled as Shen? Of course. I, who Lakwe, never lie. Would I sell books outside the court if I lied? Soldiers from the court often buy books from me. Each of them has a copy of Master Lowe's book. Especially Officer Ma. He buys at least 10 copies whenever Master Lowe releases a new book. Otherwise, could he become the sergeant? Could he become the sergeant? I'm assuming there's probably going to be a how in there. Right. Have you seen the lady? Do you know Liu Pichang? Are you referring to Miss Liu, the editor of Golden World's publishing house? Master Lowe's achievements today are largely due to Miss Liu's insight. I still have a business card. Oh, nice. Editor of the Golden Words Publishing House with seal stamped up. Seals are square. Do you reckon that symbol on the note was meant for a seal? Or was the seal just like, no, that was the box outside of the box of the seal, but the seal itself wasn't thinking. Did Miss Lou know many people in the town? Has she ever had conflicts with anyone? I'm not sure about that. After all, I'm just a bookseller. Sure, go ahead. About Lo Shuen. How much do you know about Lo Shuen? That ungrateful brat is truly the biggest mistake in Master Lo's life. Master Lo just spoiled him too much, that's why. What do you mean by that? He is completely dependent on Master Lo for his livelihood, yet he spoke evil of Master Lo. It seems like he feels Master Lo owes him something. Is it because he thought that Master Lo's works were written by him? Just a few days ago, he even claimed that Master Lo would put his name on the novel. He doesn't deserve it. What was Master Lo's reaction to this? Master Lo simply smiled it off. Is it possible that Lo Shuen was telling the truth? Young lad, you have no idea what he could write. Once he bragged near my bookstall, I couldn't stand it, so I let him write something. He struggled to write even a few words for a long time, and eventually went into a fit. Sure, go ahead. Actually, I have no more questions. Thank you very much, Mr. Bookseller. Let me talk to you. Heard that Master Lo has passed away. Alas, my heart breaks. Blacksmith? Hi. Oh, really? Chung Ta, this is the detective Mr. Shen I mentioned. Shen, this is the blacksmith Chung Ta. He's highly skilled in ironwork. Chung Ta, I would appreciate your help with the boat repair parts. You're welcome. Oh, I appreciate. No, I would appreciate. Sorry, I added a would there. Chung Ta, we're looking at the murder case at Lo's house. Could we ask you some questions? Oh? Go ahead. About the weapon. I wonder if you've seen a rod with such vertical stripes, Chung Ta. Rod? Not a clue. Vertical stripes? Looks familiar. Please, tell us right now, what is this pattern? Vertical stripes. Definitely seen them before. Can't remember right now. Well, Chung Ta, last night, when you were making the parts for me, I came across a small booklet. What is it? The booklet had many illustrations of various weapons. Handwork manual. Is that his recipe book? You never really think of blacksmiths having a recipe book. Or crafters in general having a recipe book. Are they actually a thing? I'm assuming they probably are. They probably are. You can't... You wouldn't be able to memorize everything, would you? Would you? Like, I understand, like, instruction manuals, yes, they were a thing. But, like, an actual individual crafter, would they have a recipe book of, like, how they do things? Like, how their jewelry's made? Is that a thing? Any budding crafters or journeyman crafters out there, do tell me. Do crafters have a recipe book? I'm genuinely curious now. Dig it. Thank you. Thank you, Chung-cha. Okay, so we have a clue. Can we actually look at it now? Shen, the recent orders of blueprints of the blacksmith are all in here. It also has the customer's information. That's actually really helpful. Can Chung-ta the blacksmith write? I heard from Chung-ta he came from a rich family and even attended private school for a few years. Later, his father smoked opium, couldn't afford schooling and learned from a blacksmith. Let's see what's inside. I guess we're having a look right now. Cool, okay. The old bamboo dealer requested to reinforce the handle of the bamboo cutting knife. Okay. Judge Chang planned to gift an oxtail sword, adding 2 copper rings and cloud engravings. Possible. Although there would have been engravings in the strips, though, if there was. Or engravings are. No, actually, it would. Aye. Mr. Khan requested adding a rolling axis on a rolling pin to make door rolling easier. Not that one. Lope wanted to order a sharp, short dagger for self-defense, the one stuck in his chest. Officer Ma brought his arm guards for improvement. Chung-ta suggested adding vertical straps. That wouldn't occlude the... that wouldn't occlude the thing. Because if it's external, then the external bit will go deeper into the wound. Or am I barking up the wrong tree? That it should do, isn't it? Judge Chang ordered an improved hoe to boost farming efficiency. Yeah, that's a no-go on that one. This is forum page is all about choppers, farm tools, and so on. Nothing special. Okay, so which one of these? Not that one. I mean, in theory, that would probably work, but again, I don't know about the occlusions. Bamboo, maybe. I don't know about that, like. Okay, this isn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. Unless I'm barking up the wrong tree with... When you you're pulling something on it. So surely anything that was... Any rings would actually penetrate deeper, like make a deeper bruise. So it would have said that the rod itself would have an indent, not extrusion. I might be barking up the wrong tree. Chung-ta, do you know anything about Lo Shiwen? Eccentric and unpredictable person. It seems Lo Shiwen has a really bad reputation in town. Even Chung-ta doesn't like him. I wonder why everyone dislikes Lo Shiwen. Always claims that Lope's books were written by him. Bored by his words. Go ahead. Do you know about Liu Picheng? Chung-ta, do you know Liu Picheng? I was going to call it Liu, because I don't know how to pronounce that name. I might be wrong. Again, I don't intend any offence at butchering people's names. By all means, correct me. No, don't. Go ahead. Alright, no more questions for now. Thank you very much, though. What were you? Bamboo cutting knife. There's a bamboo cutter standing in the corner, and on its handle are tied 2 iron hoops. That was in the book. A bamboo cutter made with a blacksmith shop, with 2 iron hoops wrapped around the handle. The murder weapon is a rod with 2 vertical stripes. Could it be the handle of the bamboo cutter? We can compare them to see. Try to find the weapon related to the scars. No. Not much. Got 2 there, and then 2, seems to be 2 there. Shape of the stripes is quite similar, but spacing is inconsistent. The length of the handle is also not enough. Okay, so we're actually just going to compare them. Cow ping. Snack stand. Shen, there's a cow's snack stands. I can already smell the delightful aroma coming from the steamer. Let's go and have a chat. What would you like to order? Buns, cake, fried twists and noodle. Wonton, tofu, curd. No tasty, no penny. We're detectives investigating the murder case at Lowe's house. May I ask you some questions? Feel free to ask. Definitely cooperate. About your steamed buns. Your steamed buns are so delicious. Is there a secret technique? Good steamed buns must be made with meat in good condition. Do Lo Shuen often come here to buy steamed buns? Lo Shuen's our regular customer. Usually, he prepaid 5 days worth of steamed buns. We deliver them to him every morning. Were the steamed buns delivered to his house this morning different from those on other days? No difference. They're all freshly made. But I heard he's been arrested, so should we still deliver him tomorrow? This is indeed a big problem. How about this? You deliver them to the court instead. Can you manage both the business at the stall and food deliveries at the same time? Yangtze, the errand runner, takes care of all the delivery orders. Where is Yangtze now? He's delivering rice noodles to those soldiers. I see. Thank you, Mr. Cow. Feel free to ask and I'll definitely cooperate. What do you feel about Lo Shuen? Everyone seems to hate him. Do you have a different opinion? Mr. Cow, how much do you know about Lo Shuen? You know his uncle, Lope, is a renowned writer, right? Our town, Barrowtown, was renamed because of him. Business in our small shops have been booming due to the influx of readers attracted to our town. Please, tell us what you know about Lo Shuen. Alas, Master Lo is highly esteemed, but never expected to end up with such an incompetent nephew. Lo Shuen, a scholar, has passed the imperial examination. After the exam system was abolished, Lo Shuen turned to opium in despair and lost everything. If it weren't for Master Lo taking him in, helping him quit smoking, I'm afraid he would. Opium really is evil. Did Lo Shuen quit opium later? So I hear. We still need to take opium cessation drugs daily. Those drugs were also purchased for him by Lope. Indeed, sounds like Lope has treated Lo Shuen quite well. Having such a good uncle was truly a blessing. Unfortunately, he's very ungrateful. Feel free to ask, I'll definitely cooperate. Do you know what, Lou? I wonder if you know Liu Pecheng. Liu Pecheng? Oh, you're referring to Miss Liu? That's right, it's her. Master Lo accompanied her to my store several times to buy rice cakes. I've also seen her and Master Lo taking a photo together, right at the entrance to that alley. How is Miss Liu's relationship with others? She should only have one acquaintance in the town, Master Lo. Has Miss Liu had any conflicts with anyone? I know nothing about that. Mr. Cow, please try to recall more carefully and see if you remember anything. Why don't you go and ask my son? Mr. Liu could occasionally play with my son, so he might know her better. I wonder where your son is now. At this time, should be playing by the creek. My son's name's Cao Tian. Wearing yellow clothes, go try and find him. Liu Peng's social relationships updated. I'm going to check that out. We have no more questions. Thank you very much. And let's just go straight into here. And let's just have a look at that, because we're going to do it when they come up. Shen, let's hurry and go to the creek to search for clues. Very, very quick and easy, that one. Right. So we head into the creek. Are we allowed out here? Hey, you can't go through here. Why? My commander said no. I guess Judge Shang got the news. He's worried that the murder suspect might escape. Okay, so we need to go find the creek then. Can I go up that way? No. Alright, we can literally just go left and right. Why you stop me? Afu, what's wrong? I suddenly remember the business card I saw earlier. The seal on it looks like somewhat familiar. Yes, there is a similar shape on this piece of evidence. Alright, this. Ah, so it was the letter. Yes, the outline actually does match quite well. No indicating indentations on that though. Yes, the outline of the seal matches perfectly with the symbol at the end of the letter. Yes, that means the strange symbol is the imprint left by the seal on the back of the paper. Exactly. Shen, if the person who wrote the letter is Miss Liu, wouldn't the whole situation be reversed? Very likely indeed. Inadequate in the letter doesn't refer to Lo Shuen, but Lo Pei. Editor responsible actually means Miss Liu felt sorry for her fault. It means Miss Liu wrote the letter to the publishing house seeking justice for Lo Shuen. Not only that, but there are also annotations in delicate handwriting on many of the discarded manuscripts. The handwriting in the annotations is the same as the handwriting in the letter. That changes a lot of things. So, the person who was revising Lo Shuen's manuscripts was Miss Liu after all. That is correct. What just popped up there? I heard that bring. Unless that's been... it's just updated that. So were you? Oh, testimony. Morlet I, James Murray. Morlet I, that's his name. Translated name for Professor Moriarty. That's cool. This is I've actually read this. This is actually real information about real people. Obviously, that's like genuine, like historical information, I should say. Crowning Tao? Arthur Conan Doyle. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. I said it again. Sir Arthur Conan Doyle. Yeah, these are really cool. Generally gives some really good insight into the actual culture of the people who made this. We still need to sort that out. Can we go left? Has to be left of the creek. Bamboo cutter. Shen, bamboo can be used to repair the ladder. It can also be used to... I'm going to say it now. I believe the murder weapon is a bit of bamboo. First thing that came to mind when I saw the marks. But again, I'm not entirely sure whether, because it's an outie, not an innie. I might be barking up the wrong tree entirely with strangulation. I've never strangled anyone before or looked at strangulation wounds. So I might be entirely wrong, but I always thought that if it was occluded, the white marks, means that the red bit went deeper than the non-red bit. I might be wrong. Or maybe they're wrong. It's entirely possible. I don't know. We're going to find out anyway. Uncle. We are detectives helping investigate cases. Can you cut off a section of bamboo for us? We can use it as a beam for the ladder. As beam? The ladder beam. Oh, okay. Alright. I heard Master Law was murdered by his nephew. You also heard about this? What a terrible thing. Lo Shuen was incredibly lazy, loafing around all day and relying solely on his uncle. It's unbelievable that he would kill his own uncle. It's a shame that someone as talented as Master Law had to come to such a tragic end. That took you a long time to hack that bit of bamboo up. Here you go. A section of bamboo long enough to be used for beam. Thank you. It's a beam with an M. Let's go back to the ladder. We're going to go back. I'm not going to make him carry all this to the creek. But I'm going to guess that it's bamboo, because that seems like it could be the right... Just the shape of bamboo seems like it could be the right gap between the marks. I can handle that. If only real DIY came with those speech bubbles with the hammer and nails and the smoke bubbles. Well, that'd be quite funny. It's done. Off we climbed onto the roof. What's it a ticket for exactly? An admission ticket, but what's the ticket for? Oh, okay. It seems that the paper on the roof isn't the admission ticket. You already knew it, Shane. What is it though? The 4 books annotations, it looks like the cover of a book. It is a book, perhaps not a very good one. It is a cheating tool. How should we explain this to the old scholar? I've searched around the roof, but there's only this piece of paper. Show it to him first. Hi, it is not your admission ticket, unless you maybe think it's your admission ticket. Is this what you wanted? Please take a closer look. This is the 4... Oh, it indeed belongs to me. Thank you, gentlemen. You're welcome. Just help us with our investigation. Go ahead, go ahead. A dead body was found at Lowe's house. Did you see anyone suspicious in or out this morning? This bigger matter indeed. I've got it. If it's a murder case, that man seems highly suspicious. The old scholar is a witness. That's great. Gods. I wasn't expecting to run past with the body. That's actually kind of cool. That threw me off there. I wasn't expecting it. Right. Please provide more details about him. He has a snake's head and rat's eyes, holding a weapon and carrying a box. He must be the murderer. A snake's head and rat eyes. I dare not speak without certainty, but I know that this object resembles an iron club. Resembling an iron club, then it is indeed possible to be the murder weapon. If you two apprehend the murderers successfully, I'll go to the court to identify him. Alright. Since it is finished, young man, could you help me take a look at the list? Okay. See the list? Sir, are you mistaken? This is not an admission ticket, but the cover of the 4 books and annotations. What? This is not my admission ticket? Alas, my admission ticket must be left at home. The old scholar might have poor eyesight, but he walked quite steadily and fast. Okay, we're looking for the creek. We're looking for the kid. That has to be him. That's a cute-ass kid. As far as kids go. Oh, we're back at the Lopez house. The door of Lopez's house is tightly locked. There are seals on the door. Dry well. May as well have a look at it before we talk to the kid. This is a dry well, and there are many ants around the edge. Kid playing with the ants. Tien. Hey, little one. May I ask if you're Tien? Yeah? You know me? We're detectives and we're catching bad guys. Would you like to help us? I love detectives. The most. I also want to be a detective when I grow up. May I ask you a few questions and will you answer them seriously? Yeah. Do you know a lady with short hair, a round face and glasses? Yes I do. That's Sister Liu, and she's not a bad person. Sister Liu was bullied by bad people. Have you seen anyone who bullies her? Master Lo is a bad person. He insulted Sister Liu and even pushed her right here in this courtyard. When did it happen? The day before yesterday. Did you hear what they were arguing about? Let me think. Sister Liu was talking about something like co-author? Chen, do you know what co-author is? Tien, are you sure Sister Liu said that? Yes, Sister Liu said that, did say that, and I heard it clearly. Then Master Lo got angry. Very, very angry. Then he pushed Sister Liu. Detective, Master Lo is a bad person. Go and catch him now.
Huh?
Well... Tien, once the truth is found out, we will make sure the bad guys are all punished. That's great! Then I'll go and continue playing. Okay. So, Shen, what exactly does the co-author that Tien mentioned mean? I think she's probably cut off. I'm not sure at the moment either. Regardless of what it means, if there was a heated argument between Lo Pei and Miss Liu, Lo Pei may indeed have a motive to commit murder in that case. Is it possible that Lo Pei is the one who killed Miss Liu? No, that's not right. When Miss Liu was killed, Lo Pei had already been murdered. Could it be be possible that Lo Shuen disguised himself as Lo Pei, who had an argument with Miss Liu? Lo Shuen deceived me because I'd never seen Lo Pei before. It's hard to say whether you could deceive Liu Picheng or not. Okay, interesting. I've been stopped. Detective, I have another question to ask you. What question? If ants are moving, does that mean it's going to rain? If it's going to rain, I need to tell my daddy to close the store in advance. Ants are sensitive to changes in the air humidity, so... But the weather doesn't seem like it's going to rain. Tian, you got it wrong. Do you see the white crumbs on the backs of the ants? Those are the food they're carrying. There is food inside the dry well. The white crumbs. Afu, it's possible there is something in the well. Because they're coming out. Does that mean the rice cakes, maybe? White crumb rice cakes? Rice cake? Shen, I'll go down the well to have a look. Can you go down? The width is just right for me, but if we're any bigger, I probably wouldn't be able to get in. Let's first go and find a rope and then go down the well. The bottom of the well is deep and the opening is narrow. Be cautious. Oh, no, we don't have to actually go and... Okay, we don't actually have to go and find the rope. I was expecting a fetch quest then. Shen! Yes? Shen, I found some rice cakes and a belt for a coat down in the well. The belt is the belt. Is the belt? Oh, is it the belt? There was a discarded rake ahead in the well and the belt was hooked onto it. The rice cakes are all smashed and it took me a while to pick them up. Coat and belt and rice cake. Rice cakes and belt were found at the bottom of the well. Belt belonged to Lo Pei's coat. This belt was the one on Lo Pei's coat. I saw it last night. The belt also has bloodstains on it. Now we can report to Judge Chang. We only found fragments of the coat in the brazier. Now we have a new evidence. Are we going to go and see him now? Why didn't Lo Shuen dispose of the belt and the coat together? Let's think about it later. No, I think we're going to think about it now. I just made another discovery. Shen, look at this. There's thin red and yellow thread in the brick crevices of the well wall. I saw it. I thought it was a worm. To be fair, I thought it was an actual worm. This thin thread is relatively clean and brightly coloured, as if not exposed to the sun and rain. It must have been struck here recently. Then I'll also keep it. Thin red and yellow thread. Drums. Shen, someone's banging on the drum. It seems like the sound is coming from the direction of the court. Let's go and take a look. Okay. Should we go now? Let's go now. All the way back to the court. Hello. Mr. Shen, I was just looking for you. Lord has asked to go to the court. What's up? Someone has come and banged the drum, saying he has seen the murderer. Wow, is it true? Who's the person that reported it? I don't know. I'm only responsible for running errands. Since that's the case, let's go together and see what's happening. The courtroom. We've made it all the way into court. Since Mr. Shen is also here, let's begin. Solemn silence. Bring in the person who beat the drum. Why is he... Sword? Hold on. Red and yellow fibre. Sword tassel. Right there. I thought I'd seen something red and yellow. Excuse me, sir. What's your name and why did you beat the drum? Your Honor, my name is Chu Chin. I heard about the murder in Lowell's home, and it reminded me that I had witnessed the crime. I'm here to identify the murderer. Oh? Did you really witness the murder with your own eyes? Indeed, I did. Then tell me everything you know in detail. Okay. Testimony, what the old scholar witnessed. The exam results come out today. I went to wait near the announcement wall earlier in the morning. The day the Imperial examination results are released? Yes, today is the day the candidate examination results are announced. How could you witness the murder in Lowe's house if you went to see the announcement? Your Honor, Lowe's house is not far from the announcement wall. Oh, go ahead. I was walking around for some exercise when I suddenly saw a man leaving Lowe's house. He was in a hurry and forgot to lock the door. I looked over curiously, only to glimpse a dead body inside. Strange and horrible. I was scared and didn't look or say anything more until Your Honor asked me. After that, I stayed nearby till the results were released, but saw no one else enter or leave. Who was the person that walked out of Lowe's house? Do you still remember? I remember he has a snake's head and rat's eyes. Doesn't seem like a good person. Come here and identify. Is this the person you saw? Yes, it's him. It's him. When I saw that food box, I guessed it must be Yangtze. This guy has a criminal record of theft. He once stole things from Master Lo. It was right to detain him in advance. Judge Chang, I'm really wronged. Everyone knows that I'm most warm-hearted, helpful and chivalrous. How could I kill someone? Oh, you can't see it. My head's in the way. Tassel. Red tassel. How dare you talk back to you, thief? Come on, men. Prepare for severe punishment. Wait a minute. Mr. Chow's testimony alone is insufficient to establish Yangtze as the murderer. It's you again. Mr. Chow saw it with his own eyes. How can it be false? It's rare to find someone like Mr. Cho who's willing to speak out for justice. However, some of his testimony seems to be inconsistent with the on-site situation. I wonder what Mr. Shen has to say. Judge Chang, I wish to cross-examine Mr. Chu. What do you mean by cross-examine? I will review Mr. Chu's words sentence by sentence and question any problematic statements. Then, I will compare the questionable testimony with the collected evidence. If I find evidence that contradicts the testimony, I will present it to you for examination. Let's begin immediately then. Okay. Again, apologies. Bear with me a second. I need to take this call. Right. Again, very sorry about that. It's one of those, my phone's been going off the hook today. A lot of people want to talk to us today, apparently. Sorry about that. So, back to our cross-examination. Right, so the exam results come out today. Went and wait near the announcement hall early in the morning. Question. Should we just question everything? Actually, no. Okay. So literally when we question, we're not asking for... We're not going to talk to them and think we need to present evidence. Okay. So it's that kind of cross-examination. Alright. Walking around from the exercise when I suddenly saw a man leaving Lo's house. That's not the question, contradiction. He has a snake head and rat eyes. Yangtze, he was in a hurry and forgot to lock the door. Looked over curiously, only a glimpse of dead body inside. Strange and horrible. Okay, we're going to question that. Because of this. She was found inside the wardrobe, strangled to death around midnight. So he couldn't have seen the body on the floor. Sir, you mentioned you saw someone dead inside the house when the suspect left Lo's house. However, the body was found inside the wardrobe. At that time, the wardrobe was locked. How could you possibly see a body inside the house? Could it be that Mr. Chow saw the scene in the house right after the killer committed the crime? Not quite, no. No. Because Miss Liu was killed around midnight. And Mr. Chow didn't arrive near Lo's house until after daybreak. Mr. Shen, is the time of death you mentioned accurate? This is my preliminary analysis based on the body's characteristics. Auntie Vu, our coroner, is currently conducting the autopsy. No conclusion has been reached yet. You dare to tell the time of death just by glancing at the body? Indeed, the time of death relies on the coroner's further assessment. But that doesn't affect my inference. Mr. Chow said he looked over curiously because someone left Lo's house without locking the door. He also mentioned no one entered or left Lo's house after the suspect left. If that is indeed the case, how did the body end up locked inside the wardrobe? I don't think he saw anything. I'm beginning to wonder whether Officer Ma is the murderer of the girl. Sir, did you fabricate the story about seeing the body? Although I have not personally witnessed it, I believe that to be the case. This is a matter of life and death. How can you take it for granted? Alas. But nevertheless, Mr. Chow did see Yangtze sneaking out of Lord Xuan's house. Yes or no? I have made a hasty judgment about the matter of the body. However, the person I saw was indeed Yangtze without a doubt. Mr. Chow, how can you be certain that the person leaving Lo's house was none other than Yangtze? I had a close encounter with this person, and his peculiar attire made a deep impression on me. In what way was his attire peculiar? He wore a white turban, held a rod, and carried a box. He didn't look like a good person. Have you seen anyone else coming in or out of Lowe's house? It seems there's nobody else. Seems? I can't recall clearly. I'm afraid more words means more mistakes. Please allow me to think it over. Well then, go think about it for a while. Or we're just gonna let him go. Lord, at present we cannot rule out the suspicion on Yangtze. It's possible he entered the scene twice, once to commit the murder and once to hide the body. Mr. Shen, what do you think? No. It could be advisable to question Yangtze first and see what he has to say. Alright, let's proceed to question Yangtze then. Young man, we have questions for you. Sir, feel free to ask. I will certainly speak to whatever I know. Were you the one who delivered the steamed buns to Lo Xuan's house this morning? Yeah, it was me who delivered them. Who in the neighbourhood doesn't know that? I'm most warm-hearted, helpful and chivalrous. Don't talk nonsense. Old Shu accuses you of murder and hiding the body. What do you have to say about it? I am being wrongly accused, sir. I'm a well-behaved person. I have never killed a living creature, let alone a human being. Mr. Shao saw you coming out of Lo Xuan's house. How do you explain that? You must have mistaken me for someone else. Yangtze, what did you do this morning? Come clean and tell the truth. Yes. Testimony. Another testimony. Great. After leaving Lo Pei's house, I quickly returned to my shop. But I still got scolded by my boss Kao because I failed to deliver the morning orders. Then I had to rush and deliver the orders quickly as possible, without stopping for a moment. By the time I delivered the order to Lo Xuan, I'd already caught up with the schedule. You saw Lo Xuan being arrested in the morning. Why didn't you still deliver the buns? If the customer orders, no matter whether he eats it or not, I have to deliver it, right? Understood. Please go ahead. I knocked on the door of Lo Xuan's house for quite a while, but no response. I intended to leave the food box at the doorstep, but the door opened so easily with a gentle push. I feared the buns would be stolen by a dog and Mr. Kao would scold me again, so I went inside. I placed the food box on a small table by the door and then hurried to the next customer. Was there anyone inside the house at that time? There was not. Anyone inside the house at all. When you first entered the house, did you notice anything unusual? Unusual? Seemed like there was nothing unusual when I entered the house. That's strange. You shouldn't have overlooked something. You shouldn't have overlooked something like that. Yangtze, what else did you do after entering the house and placing the food box? On placing the box, I returned empty-handed. I had other orders I couldn't afford any delays. Maybe Mr. Chu happened to see me when I came out. He must have understood me. Mr. Shen, what do you think? The 6 statements made by Yangtze in his testimony contradict one of Mr. Chao's statements. Knocked on the door for quite a while, but no response. Not that one. Intended to leave the food at the board. Okay, not that one either. Fear the buns would be sold by a dog. That's probably wrong here as well. Not interested in that right now. There's no one inside the house and didn't notice anything unusual either. That one maybe. That one's probably not in this statement. This one held a rod and carried a box. He came out empty-handed. So we need to find the empty-handed. That one. Question that one. That one. Because he came out empty-handed. There was no box in there. Anything to take. Young aren't you aware of your own situation yet? Why did you lie? I didn't. Mr. Shu saw you coming out of Lo Shuwen's house with a rod in your hand, and what was that? There was nothing. There used to be a painting hanging on the wall of Lo Shuwen's house, but now it's gone. You took it, didn't you? Did he? After entering Lo's house and confirming there's no one inside, you had the intention to steal. You took away the painting on the wall and the valuable porcelain items from the house. You have a history of theft, so this kind of opportunistic act may not be your first time. And the rod Mr. Chow saw? Was actually a rolled up painting. Okay. Actually, I'm not sure. That's probably not. Is that the same? Maybe? I don't know. Is that the right distance? I told you so. This guy's thieving nature never changes. How dare you repeatedly lie in the courtroom? Did you kill Miss Liu? Please forgive me, sir. Please forgive me, sir. I was greedy for money and was momentarily blinded by greed, but I really didn't kill anyone. That painting was not taken down by me. When I entered, it was already on the table. Bold villain, if you do not speak the truth any longer, caning punishment will be severe. Will be served. I was going to say severe there. I read that as severe. I realised my mistake. Apart from not mentioning the act of theft earlier, everything else I said is true. Promise. I will return the stolen items at once, right away, immediately. Officer Mao, gather a team and go with Yangtze to see what he is taking from the house. Yes. Mr. Shen, if Yangtze is indeed guilty of theft only, then how should we go ahead with the murder trial? I'm afraid we'll have to go back to Mr. Chu's testimony. What do you have in mind? When Fu and I were investigating the scene, we found footprints had been cleaned up. It could be Yangtze, or there might be others who have been in and out after him. Mr. Chu stayed near Lo's house throughout the entire morning. Mr. Shu, how is your memory recall going? My lords, I feel dizzy and faint after so long. Could I have some more time, please? All right then. Let's take a break and continue the trial later. Okay. I'm going to leave that here. I think I'm going to leave that here for this week. Let's go pause that real quick. Because I'm slightly overrun on time. I didn't expect when we went to the court, I didn't expect the whole testimony bit. However, it's basically made us overrun. As is always the case. It is what it is. I don't know whether to give up. I don't know whether to just give up trying. However, so let's go big me real quick. So yeah, we've stumbled onto a second case, which is tied to the first one, I believe, because it involves the same group of people, which I'm curious about. I was wondering, the swords, that thread that were found in the well, I thought maybe it was Officer Ma's at Officer Mar's sword. However, actually looking at the thing, after looking at these right here, seems all of the guard swords have threads, like the same like tassels. I thought the yellow and red one was like a commander's kind of sword, but it seems like all of them are, unless they may just seem to be yellow. It doesn't look like there's any red in them. Anyway, getting sidetracked again. So yeah, we've stumbled across the obviously a woman in the closet, and I've got like a theory in my head as to what happened. However, the evidence that's been presented doesn't seem to match that, so I'm not entirely sure if I'm right and I'm just barking up the wrong tree, or if we're going to come to the same conclusion just in a roundabout way, where it's going to take, say, you know, conclusion or like what happened direct from me to that direct. I don't know whether the story is going to take it around the houses and come to the same conclusion, just take a non-direct approach, which is generally how games work. You very rarely just go direct. The story always takes turns and stuff. It could be me. It could be just how my brain works. I'm known to have a plan in my head and immediately put patterns together. It's just me. So, like I said, we are going to leave that here for this week. I'm still really enjoying it. It's very similar to Ace Attorney, which I'm not upset about, because I enjoy the Ace Attorney games and the characters are crazy as well. Not as crazy as the Ace Attorney games, because some of them were very crazy. A little bit out there. These ones seem to be a little bit tempered, but you know, early days yet, we've got quite a few cases to deal with, so I'm assuming that we're going to end up meeting some more out there people. That was me scratching my leg. That wasn't that me scratching my leg. I had an itch. That looked, looking at the camera, that looked really weird. So I'm just going to leave it here. We're going to pick up this next time. Cute dog over the bun. Sorry, I'm getting distracted. So yeah, this outro is a mess. It really is, but we're going to roll with it just because you need to see the real me. I'm not perfect. No one ever is. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. I go on random tangents. Hopefully, it's what you're here for. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. If you have, please let me know in the comment section below. If you are new here, welcome. Feel free to come hang out, come check out some other stuff that we'll have going on. We would love to have you here. If you're not new here, welcome back. Thank you again for all the support. It is much appreciated. Friendly reminder, if you want to offer a little bit more support to me than you already do, I do have memberships available on the channel. Should you wish to get early access to the videos, you can hit me up with the tier 2 membership and you will get your name up on the wall as well. If you go tier 1, you get yourself up on the wall as well. But no early access for tier 1s, unfortunately. It's roughly about a week in advance. Just generally, whenever the episode's ready, it goes up and it's up for early access. So it can change slightly. But in general, it's about a week. If you're not interested in that, no harm, no foul. Basically, continue supporting how you do. There are loads of different ways to support. And you can just hang out a little bit longer, and after that early access period, it becomes available for everyone. Also, please remember to be a light in the dark for someone. You never know when a single act or word of kindness can change someone's day, life, or entire outlook, mental load. Change it for the better, or in ways you may never understand. A single act of kindness has that power. I love you off the bottom of my heart, and you all know what's coming. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and all that jazz. And as always, see you on the flip side. Bye-bye.